Joints January, day 24. Today we're going to be training the hip joint, specifically the inner thigh tissue, at a high intensity. What you're going to need today is a wall. You're going to stand facing toward the wall. You're going to take your feet out to the side till you feel a very light stretch. So we're not going into anywhere near a deep stretch to start. You're going to take your hands to the wall. Now I'd like you to place your toes forward. What we're going to start with here is pushing the feet down hard. We don't want them to move, so don't wear socks here. Try to be on a grippy surface. And we're going to start to pull the feet in towards one another. So I'm pulling the feet in towards one another. If I was on a slippery surface, my feet would come together. And I feel my inner thighs contracting. So all the muscles of my inner thigh squeezing, getting tighter. We're going to hold this contraction for the next 15 seconds. Still pulling my feet together. Still on my full foot, so I'm balanced between my toes and heels. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm going to move directly into pushing apart. If I'm thinking on a scale, for this first set, I'm working at about a 5 out of 10 effort. So now if I was on a slippery surface, my feet would be sliding into the splits, the middle splits. You should feel this on the outer hip for the next 10 seconds. 3, 2, relax. Take your feet, each one small step out. Okay, make sure you're not bending the low back too much, so I would do a bit of a pelvic tilt. And we're going to start pulling the feet towards one another again. And if I had to rate it this time, I'm squeezing at about a 6 out of 10 intensity. Squeezing my feet together. So again, if I was on a slippery surface, my feet would come right towards one another. For another 10 seconds. 2, 1, directly into pushing my feet apart. 6 out of 10 effort. If I was on a slippery surface, my feet would go into the middle splits. Feeling a lot of contraction here, almost to the point of cramping, which is fine. 6 out of 10, maintain it. 10. 3, 2, relax. Take each foot one small step further. And again, watch the pelvic tilt. So I posteriorly tilt. This is where things will get tough. So you should be in a big stretch now. And we're going to pull the feet one in toward the other. I want you to start out at an 8 out of 10 here. Really feeling fatigue in my inner thighs already. I want you to work up to a 9 out of 10. So hard contraction now, a lot of fatigue. For the final 10 seconds, go as hard as you can. Squeeze those feet together. For 3, 2, now push apart, start at an 8 out of 10. Crank it up to a 9 out of 10. Really getting a lot of fatigue in the outer hip. And for the final 10, work as hard as you can. Try to spread those feet apart. Imagine those legs going as wide as possible. For 3, 2, 1, relax. Slowly bring the feet together.